Alright dudes, Zach here. Not too long ago, I saw the maddest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I just had to draw it. Let me tell you what happened. I recently got into waking up at 5 a.m. with the missus. We wake up, make a cup of tea, then head outside onto the terrace, like wrapped in blankets and everything, to watch the sky. We live on the equator, so it's still dark at 5 a.m. always. And we've been doing this for months now, and we've seen some interesting things. Countless shooting stars and UFOs, ISS flyovers, satellites, full moons, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. But the maddest thing I've ever seen happened on the morning of the 20th of July at about 5:30. We were sitting there watching the sky when a massive fireball came flying in from space and just wouldn't stop. It got brighter and brighter. It burned like magnesium, like an intense, blinding white light that was just impossible to take my eyes off. The sky turned blue and everything around us lit up like a bomb had just gone off. This bright white light. I was just stunned, like literally stunned. Val was clinging on to me. Time just stopped in that moment. I sat there and I watched it with my jaw hanging open, and the ball of fire went from the west of the sky to the northeast, right in front of us. Must have lasted about 5 or 6 seconds, and it left like a massive trail. It looked like it was heading for town. It finally burst into a shower of fireballs that just crashed into the ocean. We saw the whole thing. We saw it enter the atmosphere. We saw it fly through the sky and crash into the sea. It's amazing. Then it all went dark and the stars came back. Then there was a boom and a faint rumble. Confusion, adrenaline, excitement. We sat there until the sun came up with a like what just happened look plastered on our faces. It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. So naturally, I ran in to tell people what I had seen, and no one seemed that impressed. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that comet, Neowise." I'm like, no, it wasn't the comet, it was a meteorite. I had to find proof of what happened. I immediately went onto the internet to see if someone else had seen it and maybe even caught it on camera. Nothing. I knew there would be something, I just had to wait. Eventually, some local news stations started reporting that strange lights had appeared, possibly from a meteorite. There was CCTV footage of the night turning to day, but all of the footage was looking at the floor and not the sky. Later, an expert came along saying it was not a meteorite. He laughed at the idea and he said it was an earthquake. I bet he felt like a right idiot when, an hour later, a CCTV shot of it soaring over a hostel appeared. And I was like, yes, finally, vindication. But the weird thing was, the rest of that day, it was like a dream, because it was so surreal what had happened. I was thrown into some kind of existential funk. The sky didn't look the same to me anymore. I couldn't think clearly. I kept replaying that awesome sight over and over again in my mind's eye. I think I had some kind of meteoric PTSD. Actually, there was a brief moment, like a split second, as the fireball was hurtling towards town, that I thought, this could be it. This is how I go. Even though I knew this isn't going to do that much damage, something inside of me was confronted with the idea of just instant annihilation. I think it's as close as I've ever got to that feeling people get. You know, when they say they've had a near-death experience and now they have a new outlook and appreciation of life. I felt like that. I'm a new man, I swear. So anyway, that's what inspired me to create this calendar for next year with the most notable meteor showers to look out for in 2021. I found myself really fascinated by charts and calendars lately. I've got to a point now where I rely too much on the internet and apps to inform me what's going on in the world around me, and I've just had enough of it. I'm going old school and putting charts around the house. So there will be plenty more charts and calendars to come, and I'll put them all up in my shop. If you've got any ideas for charts you'd like to see illustrated by me, let me know. This one right here is up in my shop now. There's a link to it in the description. Go check it out. And thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And keep watching the skies. It's alright.